Okay, hi everybody. So welcome to the masterclass. My name is Kitty. Today we're going to be talking about how you can introduce new income streams into your performing-based business. So I'm a performer, a circus and burlesque performer, and have been for 10 years. And I've also been a dance teacher for the past 20 plus years. I started teaching dance when I was about 14, and then I started earning money from teaching dance when I was about 16. Okay, so I've been doing it forever. I've always been self-employed. This is all I've ever done, and over the years I've had to pivot and change and introduce new things because obviously the industry is always changing. Things are always changing. The way we market ourselves is always changing. And I'm always trying to think of new ways, basically to make my life easier and to actually enjoy my job. Because when you do what you love as a job, as you all know, as performers, it probably becomes a little bit monotonous. You can get tired of doing what you're doing, and sometimes you fall a little bit out of love with it. So for me, particularly as someone who is potentially ADHD, having lots of different income streams, one, is great for me financially, but it also stops me from getting bored. Okay, so it means I've got lots of opportunities to do lots and lots of different things, meet lots and lots of different people, but also it brings me in money from different places financially, so that if, for example, something happens within one of my businesses, like in COVID, I've always got some kind of backup. All right. So today I'm going to run through this presentation for you guys, and hopefully you'll get some inspiration for yourselves about how you can start thinking about adjusting your business and adding new income streams in. I'm not here to tell you to do everything. Like, I do lots and lots of things now because I've been doing it for over the past 6 years. So I started off like learning how to add one extra thing in, and then that led to something else, and then that led to something else, and then they create a feedback loop. I'm not trying to do everything all at the same time, okay? So I would advise you, when you're picking the things that you're adding in, pick things that are going to be enjoyable to you. Like, something that I don't do is I don't sell merch or anything like that. It's just not enjoyable to me. I can't be bothered having loads of crap in my house and having to like ship it out. I'm one of those people who, if you sell something on Vinted, it sits on my kitchen table for like weeks on end until someone sends me a complaint that I've not sent it off. Yeah, I'm just not that kind of person. It's not something that I enjoy or I'm good at, so I don't do it. Yeah, so these are just ideas to get you thinking about how you can change your business, rather than just thinking about performing or rather than just thinking about teaching. Okay, if you've got any questions, then please save them up. Sorry. What I will do is at the very, very end of the session, I'll stop the camera recording so that if you want to ask any questions, it won't be on the recording. Does that make sense? Yeah, because obviously I know not everybody's going to want to be seen on camera, and this is going to go out to everybody else as well. Okay, so let's have a little look at what I've got going on here. Share screen. Right. So let me just find my presentation. Here we go. Masterclasses. Start at the top. All right. Okay. Can everyone see that? Just give me a wave if you can, and then it will tell me on the screen. So today we're talking about how to make more money for performers. And I said at the beginning of this, I wanted to tell you why I think this is so important. Personally, as a performer who's always been self-employed, when COVID happened and all my businesses closed, I had no income. I am not one of those performers who had a second job, like a normal job where they got furloughed or anything like that. I make my money purely from my self-employed income. So when everything closed in COVID, I was literally screwed. So during that time in COVID, all I could think of was, how am I going to create some kind of stability for the future in the event that that ever happens again, in the event that events get shut down or I can't go and teach classes? What else can I do? All right. And I started off basically not even thinking about making it into a business. I was just helping people online through COVID just to keep myself sane. I was just going live every day in a little group that I'd made, and I was helping new performers learn basic skills, how to send off an application, how to do an invoice, how to do a risk assessment, all that boring stuff that you don't get taught when you start learning your craft, even at college or whatever. Those are the things that at the time no one was teaching. And those were the things for me as somebody who books performers, because I also had an entertainment company, and I also employed dance teachers because I had a dance studio. Those were the things that irritated me. The things where people would be missing insurance documents, or they wouldn't know they needed a DBS to teach kids, or they didn't know that they needed a risk assessment if they were doing fire. All those, or they didn't know how to send an invoice to get their money if they'd done a job for me. All those things were things that irritated me. So I was like, right, well, let's solve that problem, and I will just give that advice away for free. And that's how Successful Showgirl started. And eventually it grew into a business, which is quite a big business now. All right. But it didn't start off like that. So what I always want you to think about is when we start thinking shortly about adding in a passive income stream, because that's going to be one of our pillars that we're going to talk about. One, what are you good at and what do you enjoy doing? And also, what irritates you? If there's something about the industry that irritates you, then that's usually a really good place to start. It used to irritate me that established performers used to be mean to newer performers in the comment sections of burlesque groups when they'd ask a question and they felt they should already know the answer. That irritated me. So I started Successful Showgirl so that people would have a safe place to ask those questions without feeling stupid. Yeah. All my things have pretty much come from things that have irritated me. I've just created something that is a nicer version, a version that I would want to have when I'm entering the industry. All right. But we'll talk a little bit more about that shortly. So this is my six-figure showgirl income cycle. These are all the things that I can think of that I can make money off, okay, from my skills as an already existing performer or instructor. So first of all, performing, okay? The more I perform, the more gigs I get, the more money I can make. Also, if I raise my fees, I can make more money, okay? So you might be thinking, well, I don't think I can raise my fees at the minute, or I don't think that I can do any more gigs because I'm already booked out. So that's why you've probably come to this workshop, because you're thinking of ways that you can add extra money in, but without doing more and more and more gigs, because it's not feasible. And it's particularly not feasible for certain people. For example, I'm a mum. Performing more is no longer feasible for me. I don't have the time to do it. I can perform the gigs that I enjoy doing, but I can't perform every weekend. And I can't perform like I used to do full time in a circus because I can't be away with a toddler. It just doesn't make sense. If you have some kind of chronic illness, you probably can't work more. If you're injured, you can't work more. If you've got a full-time job and a family and you've got other commitments, you can't work more, okay? So working more is great for some people. And in my success strategy course, I teach people how to get more bookings and how to put up their fees and change their money mindset and all things like that. But for the purposes of this masterclass, we're not thinking about doing more work. We're thinking about things that we can introduce that are going to make our lives easier in the long run. All right. Another good thing that you can do is teaching in-person classes and workshops. So a lot of you guys that have booked on, not only are you performers, you're instructors as well, or you might just be an instructor and not a performer, either, okay? And a really good way of doing things is teaching in-person classes. Teaching in-person classes creates connection with people, all right? And connection, in-person connection is so important in a business. This is why when you see people running really successful businesses, they go to a lot of networking events and things like that. Our networking is in-person classes, workshops, going to live shows, going to festivals, going to other people's events. Like, that is our networking. And if you're not doing that, you're not creating connections. So that is limiting your opportunities for getting booked elsewhere. Does that make sense? So some of the best connections I've got have been from going to a show, and then I've like commented about that show or wrote a review saying it was amazing, or I've gone up to the producer afterwards and said I've really enjoyed it. And then I've ended up getting booked for that show in the future because I'm on that person's radar. The same with workshops that I've attended. I might have attended a workshop with somebody, and then I've got to know that person, and then they've booked me for a workshop, or they've booked me to perform in their show later at a later date. Okay, so these are really good ways of connecting with people, and obviously they're part of our job. They're enjoyable as well. Like, I love teaching in-person classes and I love teaching workshops, but I also understand the value of them from a networking point of view. If you come to any of my workshops, after the workshop, I will always tell you about my other stuff. So I will always tell people about the events that I'm running, or that I run online classes. Like, I travel all over the country teaching giant martini glass workshops, so people can't necessarily come to a regular in-person class with me. And I don't do that anymore anyway, because I've got a young daughter. But they can do an online class with me, or they can come to my Showgirl conference that I run once a year, or they can join any one of my other events that go on throughout the year. Okay, so does that make sense? Like, we're not just thinking about when we're teaching a class as it just being that 1 hour class, because again, you've only got a finite amount of time and you might be too busy to add more classes on. So the only other option is making your classes bigger, or trying to filter people into some other form of income stream. Yeah, and that's where teaching online classes comes in. Yeah, when you teach an in-person class, you might only be able to fit 10 people in your class. So therefore, you can only make a finite amount of revenue. If you've got 10 people in your class, you're charging a tenner each, you can only make 100 quid for that hour. If, however, you teach online classes, there's an infinite amount of people. Like, there could have been 100 people on this masterclass tonight. And if I was doing an online class and I was charging £10 a head, that's £1,000 for that 1 hour class. If you do something online like I do, where I have like a subscription app, then I just teach one class a week and people pay a subscription monthly to log in whenever they want to and watch a pre-recorded class. So one, I'm not chained to going somewhere every single week and doing an in-person class with a finite amount of people. I'm also not paying out studio fees. I literally record my online classes in my living room. Yeah, you can't tell it's my living room, but it is my living room. All right. So you want to be thinking about, is there anything that you could teach online? Like, I teach online classes, but I also teach online business skills as well. So I can literally just be sat here teaching and earning money from that. Yeah. So there's lots of different ways that you can do these things. Online workshops are great because obviously the ability to get people from anywhere in the world is that, like, the world's your oyster. You can have like infinite people at your fingertips. You can't have that if you teach in-person workshops, because you're only going to get people in that locality. Okay, so online is really the next step up from in-person teaching. In person, though, I still love for the connection part, but online I also love. You can create connection online, but it's never the same vibe as in person. Yeah, but you can scale it. So online stuff is scalable. Scalable just means you can have infinite amount of people on in your classes. Okay, at the minute I pay for Zoom the 15 quid a month Zoom, so I can only have 100 people in a session. But let's say I started getting more than 100 people, all I have to do is pay a bit more to Zoom and I can get 500 people, and so on and so on. Okay, next thing you could think about is adding in physical products. So things like merch, books, selling costumes. You might make costumes. There might be all kinds of different things you can sell. These could also be things not necessarily related to performing. They might just be things that you're skilled in doing anyway. All these things could be. So I've tailored this to performers and teachers of dance or circus skills or whatever, but you could be a yoga teacher, or you could be someone who loves gardening, or you could be someone who loves cooking. You could teach in-person cookery classes, you could teach online cookery classes, you could sell merch that is related to cooking, you could have like a PDF of your favorite recipes. Like the opportunities are endless. It doesn't have to be related to a performing skill. It could be anything, all right? But I've tried to keep all mine the same so that whenever I'm getting clients for one thing, I can push them into the next thing. So if somebody comes and watches me perform and they love it, then they're going to ask me, as you all know, oh, do you have any classes? And then I'm going to say, yeah, I have this class here. And they might say, oh, that's too far for me. So then I'm going to say, oh, but I teach online classes and I've got this subscription and I've also got this workshop in this area next week. And then I could say, oh, and I also do an event once a year and it's like for a whole weekend, you could come to that. I also run a retreat. I'm feeding people into the loop all the time, okay? And when somebody comes to one thing, they might not necessarily want to come and watch a show, but they might want to go to a retreat. Yeah, everybody's going to enjoy different things. And then once they come to that one thing, then they're going to end up in the loop and they're going to start coming to all your different things because they're going to like you as a person. They'll get to know you, they'll like, know and trust you. And that's when you start getting people who come to everything, buy into everything. They literally become like a super fan. They enjoy everything that you do. They trust you. They know you deliver. And so they want to attend all your events. And then they tell the people as well. And that's a really important part of the loop. Having really, really strong connections with people that buy from you, whatever they buy. And then those people telling people about your other things as well. Okay, so you could do physical products. I don't do physical products just because it's just not my jam, but you could do, all right? Passive income products. So this is my biggie. This is the one that as a 40-year-old performer now, I don't want to be working every night of the week as a performer. I just don't. Yeah, I've got a daughter. I want to be at home. Like in my old age, I want my jammies on by like 9 o'clock. And I do not want to be doing nightclub gigs. I don't want to be driving to the other end of the country. I don't want to be sleeping in my van like I used to in between gigs. I just don't want to do that anymore. I want to do the gigs that I love, that pay really good money and that I enjoy. And then I want to be getting my money from elsewhere. And for me, passive income products are the best thing. So passive income is essentially you making money without having to actually physically be trading your time for that money. So for example, if someone joins my Showgirl membership, once a week I do a session with them, but that's it, okay? Just once a week. And they pay a subscription. So I get a recurring revenue every month from those people. I know exactly how much I'm going to get, but I'm only doing that one session, all right? With some of my digital products, I don't do anything. Like, for example, I'm going to tell you later about my 6-figure Showgirl course. I don't do anything in that. It's already pre-recorded. I did it once as a group training. And it was like 8 weeks long, or maybe it was 12 weeks long. And I just recorded all the modules. They're now in a portal and people can sign up and buy that anytime. Okay. So I'm not involved in that process anymore. Obviously, at the beginning, I was involved in the process. I had to think what I wanted to create. I had to create it. Yeah. And I teach all that in that 6-figure Showgirl course. I teach you how to create a digital product, how to get your ideas, what the different types are and how you can put them together into an offer suite, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. All right. So passive income would be like a digital course or a digital master. This is going to be a passive income. Yeah. Like this masterclass will be passive. After this, it'll be recorded. It'll be uploaded to a portal. I'll put a Facebook ad on it and then it will push it out to new people all the time. So new people will sign up to watch it. And then obviously I'm telling you about the other courses. So people will buy into those courses as well. Not everybody, but some people will choose to. okay? And that's a funnel, all right? And I'm going to explain a funnel in a little bit as well, okay? So digital products like courses or one-off masterclasses, memberships. So I have 2 memberships, one for instructors where they get monthly choreography and things like that. And I also have one for performers where once a week we have a group session where we all sit together and we either have an expert training or we talk about our goals, how we're getting on, all kinds of different things, okay? So I've got 2, and that's recurring revenue. I get the same money every month over and over and over again whilst those people are in that membership. And I could have as many people in that membership as I wanted to. There's no limit, okay? So there's no limit on earning capacity with something like that. There's no limit on how many courses I can sell. If I put a load of money behind a Facebook ad, I could probably sell absolutely tons of them in one weekend, okay? So it's just learning how to market things. Like I teach you in my 6-figure showgirl course, I teach you how to do organic social media marketing, which is what I do with the Successful Showgirl Instagram. You'll see things popping up all the time. You'll see things in my stories. You will have all booked from organic marketing, okay? I've now started doing Facebook ads as well. So I'm also going to be teaching an extra module on how to do Facebook ads effectively, okay? Another way of doing passive income is social media monetization. So if you monetize your account, then you can make passive income off that. You are doing something because you're posting all the time, but you're probably posting all the time as a business owner or a performer anyway, so you may as well make money from it, okay? That's not something I teach, even though my account is monetized and I do make money from it. I don't know from adding how it all works. Like I just know that money gets paid into my account every month, but I couldn't tell you the ins and outs of it. So that's not something that I teach, but I do teach you organic social media marketing and I do teach you how to do meta ads as well, okay? Next thing, events and shows, retreats, workshops. So all your different events are my biggest money maker of everything. I probably could just do a few events a year and that would pay all my bills and everything and I wouldn't have to do any of the other things that I do, okay? Events make me a lot of money. So I have in January my Showgirl conference that runs over 2 days and it's 2 days of workshops, and then on the Saturday evening there's a cabaret show, okay? And all the instructors that teach at the workshops, like industry professionals, then perform at the show and everyone has a 3-course dinner. That makes me about 20 grand just off those 2 days, and I don't even hardly teach at it anymore. I teach like 2 hours at it and then all the other teachers that I've booked do the rest, yeah? So that makes me a lot of money. I also run retreats, so I run one retreat a year, and again that's like over a weekend, and that probably makes me just off the retreat about maybe 5 grand after I've paid everything out after it, yeah? So I get to have a weekend away in the Lake District with a hot tub with all the people that I get on with and that I like and who are in all my other things as well. We basically have a bonding session. I teach and then I also make 5 grand, yeah? That is a really lucrative one for me. And these are really good because they make really good connections with people. People leave like really high vibe and they've got a real buzz off it. Most people that come book straight away for the year after. So in January, when it's really quiet for performers, I always have a really good month because everybody buys their ticket for next January's conference, yeah? And I have like a mini one in the middle of the year in June. Same thing happens there. So I've got a mid-year cash injection. I probably make a couple of grand off that one. It's just a day. It's me teaching for 4 hours. Then there's a little showcase afterwards. And that one makes me a few grand as well. And again, people book straight away for the next year, yeah? So I teach you how to set it up where you also ride the buzz of your events to get people to book immediately after. The problem that a lot of people have when they run shows or they run events is the tickets aren't available immediately for the next one. And you lose all that excitement and all that buzz and all that build up from the weekend when you give people a few weeks calming down time. They forget how fun and how exciting it was. Whereas if you've got stuff for sale straight after, I always do an early bird offer for the next couple of weeks after any event that I do for the next one. And then people book it immediately. Yeah, because they're in that excitement phase. They've had a ball. They can't wait to do it again. If you leave it a couple of weeks or months, then you've lost that. Okay, and I think that's where a lot of people who run events fall down. So I teach you how to do that and how to set it up and make sure that you don't lose out on that vibe and you don't lose out on the contacts that you've got from all the previous hard work that you've done. Okay. So does that make sense? We've got shows, retreats, festivals, workshops. It literally could be any kind of larger scale event. Okay. So when I say workshops on the teaching side, I'm talking like your 20-person workshop. When I'm talking about workshops on your event size, like in my workshops at the conference, we have like 100 people. Yeah, it's massive. All right. So that is in a scale of its own. Okay. But a lot of people that come to the events and things like that, not only do they buy their event ticket for the next one, they'll book me for a workshop if they're an instructor and they've got a studio, or they'll sign up to my instructor training, or they'll book onto my online classes. Yeah. So I'm not only making revenue from the event itself, I'm also selling out next year's event. And I'm selling them some of these things here in the loop as well, getting them into the cycle for them to be moving around. And what I also do as well is anybody who buys anything from me gets an affiliate link that they can make money off as well. So for example, if you bought one of my courses, so my 6-figure showgirl course is 57 quid. If you buy my course and you love it and you've enjoyed it, you get an affiliate link sent to you straight away when you buy it. So if you enjoy it, you can send that affiliate link to somebody that you know, and you can earn half of your money back. And you can use that link as many times as you wanted to. So let's say it's 57 quid. If you tell 2 people about it and they buy it, you've made your 57 quid back. Yeah. And I do that with all my products because, one, it's a reward for the people who are funding my business essentially, but also word of mouth is the best way to build trust. And if people have a monetary incentive to also offer that word of mouth testimonial to people, then you're more likely to get people sharing a link that they can make money off than just a random link to tell people about it. Because we all know what it's like in this industry as well. People want to keep secrets for themselves, don't they? So people don't want other people to know things that they've learned. They want to keep that special information for themselves. But if they've got a financial incentive to share that information, they're more likely to share it. Yeah, so it works in lots of ways. So I love that about all of these products and the platforms that I have them on, because you can do that, and I teach you how to do that as well. Are you all still with me? If I'm going too fast or I'm talking too much, just tell me. Right, so I've just mentioned before an offer suite, okay? So in your business at the minute, you might do a few things. You might have you're performing, and then you might have online classes, or you might have in-person classes, and then you might sell a bit of merch. But they probably don't all funnel into one another, okay? So your offer suite is essentially all the things that you offer. And at the very, very top of that offer suite is all your free stuff. So for a lot of people, that'll be your social media. Anything that you post on social media is free. So that is the top. If you have an email opt-in system, like even if it's just your booking system for your classes, that's an email opt-in, then that's the top of your offer suite. If you've got a YouTube channel, it's the same. Free Facebook community, it's the same, okay? So anything that's free is at the top of my offer suite. Okay. Then the next thing down, like my free masterclasses as well are going to be at the top. So this is free, this masterclass, isn't it? But this masterclass is essentially a filter into a paid offer. So some people will think, all right, I've learned enough there. I'm going to go away and I'm going to do all that myself. And some people think, oh, I want to learn more. I'm going to do the course that comes with it. Yeah. So that will be the next rung on the ladder. So in my offer suite, I have loads of stuff because I've been doing it for a long time. But you might just have three things. You might have your free stuff like your social media. Then you might have next is your classes. And then next might be, I don't know, you run a show once a year. That's your offer suite. Okay. And you've got to make sure they're always running into one another. So when somebody comes to your Instagram, let's say, or TikTok, you need to be making sure you tell them about your classes. It's no good just posting for posting's sake. You have to give call to action so that people know they need to click the link in the bio, or that they need to do this if they need to book, DM you, whatever. And then they'll go to the next level. Okay. And the next level will be they book a class with you. Once they've booked a class, you need to be making sure that you're emailing them, telling them about the up and coming show, that you're mentioning it in class, that you're telling them all the stuff that is about the next level. And then at the next level, when they come to the show, there'll be other people as well that they've brought in, because there'll be people coming in to watch the show from outside of your little bubble. Okay. So you need to be mentioning at that, oh, by the way, make sure you follow us on Instagram. And we also have classes. That then feeds them back into the beginning of the loop. Okay. So your offer suite should be like in stages. And I go into this in loads of detail. I show you how to build your offer suite so that they all are always going into the next thing and then looping back to the beginning for anybody new. Okay. I know it sounds very, very complicated because I've got a lot of things on there, but I always tell people to start simple and then you add extra things in, because you'll know what you're doing when you've done it like a couple of times. So your offer suite is essentially a marketing funnel. Okay. So if anybody's done any marketing before, you will have learned about funnels. Okay. So this is just how you get people into buying your products. So at the top of the funnel is brand awareness. Yeah. That will be your TikTok, your Instagram, your YouTube. That's all free. And you're telling people about who you are. Like my successful Showgirl one, that's probably where you've all found me. I've done some free posts. They've cost me nothing because I didn't use any ads to get people into this. I did it all organically. So anybody that's watching this masterclass now has come from my organic marketing, from my social media. And my social media preference of choice is Insta, but yours could be TikTok, or it could be Facebook, or whatever, LinkedIn. Yeah, but it's basically making people aware of your brand. And in that, the top of the funnel, there's always loads of people. So in the top of my funnel, there's 6,000 people on my Instagram. Okay. Then you do a low ticket offer. So I did a second freebie, this masterclass, and 25 people from that whole 6,000 people, 25 people joined the free masterclass. Yeah. So can you see the numbers get smaller each time? And then the next offer in your funnel will be me saying at the end of this, by the way, guys, I'm running a summer business school, and it's 90, and it's this will be my high ticket one. I'm running a summer business school, and it's 97 quid. Okay, so that will be the top one. And then the mid ticket one is going to be, but I also do a pre-recorded version, and that's 57 quid. Yeah. So your funnel is the top bit. There'll be loads of people that are in that, 6,000 people following me on Insta. Then 25 people have joined the masterclass. Then 10 people might buy the mid-ticket offer, and then probably 1 or 2 will buy the smaller offer. The more people you have in the top bit, the better, because that means the more people you have in the next section, and the more people you have in the next section, and ultimately the more people you have at the bottom who are paying the most money. Okay, do you see how that works? So that's why when we see people with like loads and loads and loads and loads of followers on TikTok, they're making loads of money. One, they're making it from monetization, but they're also making it because they have like even if they have a low value offer, like a 7 quid offer or something like that, if you've got loads of people following you, then you're going to get lots of people, even though it's a small amount, buying a low ticket offer. Does that make sense? Yeah. So that's why we want to be using our marketing to get as many people following us as possible. But when we do the kind of marketing that I teach you, we get people following us that are our ideal client, the customer that we want to be selling to. Like on my Kitty Campari page, I have loads of like incel men that follow that page. That is no good to me. That ruins my, if that was a page that I was selling from, which I'm not, then that would ruin my engagement. All right. But that's a monetized platform, so it actually boosts my engagement. If I had loads of incel men on my Successful Showgirl Instagram, every time I posted, that would ruin my engagement because they're not my ideal client. So I don't want loads of random people on there. I only want, even if they're lovely people like me mum and me nan and stuff like that, I don't even want them on there because that's ruining my engagement. I just want my ideal client. And I teach you how to do attraction marketing. So the way you post and the way you market yourself is only going to attract the people who are your people, who like your product but also like you as a person, because that's really important. And it also repels people that don't like you. Like some of the things that I say on Successful Showgirl, like some people hate certain posts, and that's great because they're not my people. So I don't really want them on my page because one, they're probably just on there to spy on me anyway, and two, they're decreasing my engagement. I only want people to be engaging with my posts who actually want to buy from me or actually are getting help from the stuff that I'm saying. Yeah, if they're just there for the sake of it, it's pointless. Okay, so I teach you how to do that as well. So yes, we want like a fair amount of people following us, but like I said, I made $100,000 last year, and I didn't even have 6,000 people following me on Successful Showgirl at that point. I think I had 4,000 and something before January this year. So it's not a massive audience, but you can still make money from it. Yeah, and I keep reiterating this. I don't work very much. I've got a young daughter at home, so I probably only work like a couple of hours a day, if that, 8 hours a week max, unless I'm going away to teach a workshop, which is once a month or something. So it's not like I'm sat at home killing myself doing all these random things. I'm not. They literally just run themselves now. I've got it down to a T how to get that cycle moving all the time with minimal investment from me, financially and time-wise as well. And so therefore, it's making me money, but without me having to be working all the time. Like in my 20s, I had a dance school. I was working 60 hours a week, and then I was performing all weekends. I don't want to be doing that anymore. Yeah, I love teaching, but I'd rather just teach a couple of workshops every now and again. And I love performing, but I'd rather just do a really nice gig that I enjoy rather than some nightclub gig where drunk people are bashing into me and I have to get changed in the cupboard in the back, and then I've got to go to another gig. I don't want to do that anymore. Yeah. So everyone's going to have different ideas of why they want to do this. But my point is, I want you to understand that, yes, you'll have to do a bit of work in the beginning, but this isn't about doing all the things at once. And it's also not about spinning 1,000 plates and burning yourself out. The whole point is to set this up so that it is a revolving door of customers that buy into all your products and then tell other people about your products as well, so that you don't have to be doing all the time. Okay, so this could be what your marketing funnel looks like. So I've just talked about mine. So for this particular product, my funnel was some Insta posts. And I didn't really do many. I forgot about it, and I went away to a festival this weekend, so I didn't do as many as I could have done, okay? And then I've got a low ticket offer. So my low ticket offer was a freebie. It was basically an opt-in, an email opt-in. So essentially, you guys have opted into this, and you're going to get it for free. Then my mid-ticket offer is my pre-recorded course for 57 quid. You're going to get 3 courses that teach you how to make more money as a performer, how to create a passive income stream, and then how to create this loop that loops back into itself so that you make more money from everything. All right. And then my high ticket offer is 97 quid. And it's essentially, you get the pre-recorded course. And then if you want to, you can get 2 sessions a week that you don't have to come to, but you can get help moving along. So you can come and you can say, look, I don't know what I'm meant to be doing with this business, or I'm not sure how this would work, or show me the tech for this. And it'll be like a troubleshooting session. All right. So that is how my funnel has worked. You are in currently my marketing funnel. Okay. And I'm going to teach you how to do the same thing. Okay. So I've just essentially told you what my funnel is. The last thing on my funnel is my 6-figure Showgirl Business School, okay? So from July, we're going to do 8 sessions. You get all the pre-recorded courses to do in your own time. And then I'm going to do 2 live Zooms a week, one on a Monday evening, and then one on a Wednesday afternoon, so that people in the different time zones will hopefully have one that they can attend, where they can come and troubleshoot with me and tell me what they need help with, and I can help them through it. Basically like a one-to-one, but it'll be a small group because I'm only taking a small number of people so that I can do it properly with you guys, okay? So that is my funnel, and this whole thing, hopefully it's given you some inspiration, and I've also shown you how I do mine, how I do it. Like, I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm giving you some value and giving you some inspiration on how you can do these things yourself. If you wanted to, you could go away and learn all this stuff. That's what I did. I've spent the past 6 years doing free stuff on YouTube and then paying for courses. I've definitely spent over 10 grand learning all this stuff, and I've literally put it into a course for you guys to learn from for 97 quid, because it's really important as performers that you have some financial stability for the future. Yeah, and I've already done this work. I've already done the course. I've already packaged it. It's already there to go. I don't want to be charging people loads and loads of money for it, especially at this time where, if you follow me on my Kitty Campari social media, you will know that I fucking hate capitalism. It does my head in, but we have to make money to live. And I want you guys to make money so that you can be comfortable and do all the things that you want to do. Okay, we can't make any impact in the world if we're always struggling and we're always wondering how we're going to pay the bills, or are we going to be able to keep this business open, or am I going to be able to buy that new costume that I really, really need? Like, I don't want you to be in that position. I want you to be in a position where you've comfortably got money, and then you can reinvest back into your performing, or you can go on a holiday, or you can buy a house, or whatever you want to do with that money. Yeah. But I just want to reiterate, it's not about the money. It's about the freedom that it gives you. It gives you money gives you freedom to take time off when you need to, when you're sick or when you've got an injury. It gives you freedom. It's given me the freedom to be a mum, and a really present mum, which I couldn't have done when I had a dance school, because I used to work 8 in the morning in primary schools till 5, and then I used to go and teach at my dance school till like 9 o'clock at night. I couldn't have a family if I was doing that. Yeah. Like, it gives me the freedom. It's given me the freedom to leave bad relationships in the past, or to essentially live the life that I want to live, purely because I've thought outside the box, and I've decided that, yes, I love teaching and I love performing, but at the end of the day, you can only make so much money because you've only got so much time, unless you're charging the big bucks, which I doubt anybody is on here, or you wouldn't be on here. Okay, so we want to be thinking about other ways that we can start planning for even retirement. If you've got like some kind of passive income ticking over, like I feel like I'm semi-retired, to be fair. Like, I do a little bit of work, but I do stuff that I love. So it's my hobby as well. Like, performing twice a month is more of a hobby, isn't it? Even though I'm getting paid what I would have been getting paid before. Or teaching these workshops is a hobby to me. Like, I want people to do well. Or teaching a class is a hobby. It's not a hobby though when you do it 60 hours a week. It's just draining. and burnout central, and we don't want that to be happening. So I've told you about the offer. It's 97 quid. You get all the pre-recorded courses and things like that, so you can do it in your own time, but you can attend live Zooms with me for 8 weeks. Okay, so that just means I can help you on a personal level. If though you can't attend the live Zoom times, which I'll give you the link when I send you the email to this, don't buy it, because it's pointless. I've already got those 3 pre-recorded courses for 57 quid. So you may as well pay 57 quid if you can't attend any of the live sessions, okay? So essentially, I just want you to get paid more money. I want you to have more free time and work less and build some financial security for the future. This isn't for you, though, if you think it's going to be a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not. It has to be something that you're passionate about. We're going to choose things that we're passionate about so that it doesn't feel like work. Like I just said to you guys, I'm doing this masterclass for free tonight. Nobody might buy anything from me, and that's fine. I'm still passionate about telling you guys about how you can make more money as performers and how you can restructure your businesses so it doesn't feel like a chore to me. Yeah, so if nobody signs up, it doesn't matter. So you've got to think about things that you would do even if you weren't getting paid for it. And then the money comes because you're passionate about it and you're excited, all right? So these are things we're going to learn about. We're going to learn how to get higher quality paying gigs, add multiple income streams like I've just spoke to you, create your funnels. We're going to create your offer suite, and we're going to show you how to get them all rotating into each other, okay? So if you've got any questions, now is the time to ask. I'm going to get rid of that. She says, oh, I have to go in here, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to pause. Ooh. I'm going to stop the video for there so that people can ask questions. But if you're thinking of joining any of those offers, I've put the links below. The summer school starts the week commencing the 6th of July, and it'll be for 8 weeks. You don't have to attend all the live sessions. The live sessions are just there for you to drop in and out, ask questions, and to go through anything that you really don't understand. If you can't attend any live sessions, there's no point signing up to the £97 thing, because you won't be getting any extra value than you would if you bought the £57 pre-recorded thing, okay? So I'll pop them both below. Let me know if that was helpful for you. If there's other things that you would like to learn about. I love doing these free masterclasses, whether people buy or don't buy. I just want to teach you things so that you can build better businesses and start really thinking about your financial futures and creating some stability as performers or as instructors, because I just think it's so important, particularly in the times that we're living in currently with AI and just the political environment, etc. You want to be giving yourself the best opportunity to have some form of stability moving forward. All right, everyone, thanks for joining me, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye.